should say, near Fredonia. Happy wedding anniversary over there to April. And Ilika and David Abram. 55 years of holy matrimony. Unheard of! Not in Hollywood, anyway. The 50-plus bunch, they're all from Collins. We won't even mention them. I got a couple more here, though. The senior crowd, the senior has a senior federated seniors, Dunkirk Federated Seniors. Senior club in Dunkirk is fantastic. They have an old school. They renovated all kinds of stuff, the cafeteria, the running room, the weights and everything. It's a fabulous place. And anybody can join these clubs, even though you're not in the town. You just go down and tell them, I'm closer to your club than I am to the other club. So there you go. They'll usually let you in. 50-50. Everybody has a 50-50 in place bingo. Yeah, that's part of the routine. You say the pledge, you do a prayer, and you conduct a small amount of business. Then you have the 50-50, and you play bingo. And most of the time is spent around the coffee and the rolls and the cookies, because it's a fellowship thing. It's a time when you get together with people who are in your same sort of a mode, and it's just wonderful. It gives you a second family. So join if you have a senior near you, center near you. Let's mention here. I got to tell you about the Lakeshore Seniors. They meet regularly over there. President Charlene Hallmark. And I wanted to just wish Josie Wozinski a happy birthday for you. And Josie, incidentally, will be doing the coffee next week. And the next time coming up is May 5th, May 5. So if you want to join your group over at Lakeshore, it's the Fredonia area. Happy birthday to Dorothy Gunther over there. Silver Creek, quick bunch here. Silver Creek has a wonderful clubhouse right at the corner of 5 and Route 5 and Route 20. And Carm Champion does it. She has been the president for years and years and years and does a wonderful job over there. I wanted to mention also over there, Angie Logan told of a few trips that the Sheridan Club is having, and anybody can join them. Usually they have room. So when you see a great senior trip, they're very cheap, and they're a lot of fun, and usually you know half people going on them. Big luxury buses with clean bathrooms. Forget Amtrak. And they whip you up and down, and you just have a great trip. It's quick, fast, and comfortable. All right, enough. I'm going to take a quick break. I have a public service announcement for you, and then we'll have the geezer. Here you go. This is for you.
For people who have to deal with the harsh realities of life, there is hope. There is Volunteers of America. Volunteers of America has been rebuilding lives and restoring hope to people in need in communities across the country for more than 100 years. Volunteers of America is one of the nation's largest nonprofit charitable organizations, providing services for children and youth, the elderly, homeless people, families, and many others. We serve the emotional, physical, and spiritual needs of more than 1.5 million people a year. Find out how you can help. Call 1-800-899-0089 today. Volunteers of America. There are no limits to caring.
Yeah, we're alive in Fredonia and Silver Creek and, of course, the Westfield area. I got a guy here. This guy. He shoots from the hip. This is the geezer, Mort Flexer.
Good morning, Reed. Good morning, Mayor, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I don't do much shooting lately, but matter of fact, I've been very active in Fredonia, although I live in Westfield. And I'm feeling pretty good, and I'd like to tell you why and how you can do the same. The mayor lives in a community that has a fantastic gym, and I'll advertise for them, Darwin's. And since I've been going there, I don't think I've had a cold, I haven't had a backache, I've had no health-related problems whatever. It is fantastic. If you're the kind of person like most of my friends are, like Reed, who sits around all the time and doesn't get active at all, take a look in there, folks, and take a look at some of the people who are there. there's a fair number of people my age. As a matter of fact, I have a couple of guys down there who are older than I am. I have a couple in their 90s. Mayor, you know any of them, by the way? But it is a fantastic benefit available to Northern Chautauqua residents. Now, I'm not going to really recommend or suggest that you go to the gym I go to. There are a number of good gyms in the county. Get out there. Really, the effect on your feeling, your sense of worth, whatever, it's obvious. It just comes on so quickly. Don't mope around the house. Get out there. Go to work. Reed, thank you.
Thank you, Mort. I want to correct you, Mort, on something. I got up twice out of my couch yesterday and adjusted the television once, and I got a gin and tonic the second time. All right. We have with us Mike Sullivan, Mayor of Fredonia. Quite a while, too, right? You've been in there for a while.
3 years, a little over 3 years now.
Are you going to go in for a little more torture for another round, you think?
If the voters want me back, I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, he's an attorney, prominent attorney. Where's your office?
In Fredonia.
In Fredonia.
Yep.
And they can find it, I'm sure. Where is it roughly?
Right across from the park.
Across
It's easy to
the park.
find.
Yeah, right over by Subject. Not too far from
Other
there.
side of the block.
Right,
Yep.
right. Mike, we have a gorgeous little community. You probably have some of the prettiest housing, and then more very expensive housing, I might add. You have the university there, a learning center with the arts, and it's just fabulous. It's equivalent to having your own opera house, essentially. Not to mention the antique one you have, which is beautiful. And it was, I might say, the seniors had a lot to do with putting it together. All right. Now, I wanted to ask you, first of all, you have a wife, right? You're married?
No.
No, not married? Got kids?
I have a girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend?
Yes,
Great.
yeah.
You have children?
No.
Okay, so you're pretty much, you can do what you want. They can't chase you down, right? Now, we have, now how's your budget going?
Well,
that's everybody's budget is in shambles, but how are you doing?
Well, I tried to present a budget that would have given a tax cut. Wasn't going to be a big one because we were faced with increased costs for our retirement, for health insurance for our employees, as well as our increase in our bonding over the past years. We've borrowed money for things, and we have to pay it back. So I had a budget that would have raised the cost just for the total of those three items, which meant some reductions in staffing. And the trustees the other night voted in a budget that took back the 50-cent or the 30-cent tax cut I had offered and added 50 cents to it. So taxes in Fredonia will be going up about 50 cents a thousand. I think it's the wrong time to raise taxes. You mentioned the can of cat food earlier. We have a number of senior citizens in our community who are living on their Social Security, maybe a small pension.
And the pension, I might add, doesn't give you any more COLA in many cases than Social Security does.
Correct.
Because they go with the phony federal figures. They say, well, you have no inflation, you don't. So the pensions are falling behind.
But even when they tell you there's no COLA, they also raise the rate that they're paying for their share of the medical care.
Yeah, they find that there is some
So
inflation.
so the net is a reduction.
That's right.
So I have people that are going to be faced with less spending income, facing more property tax at the village level, facing higher property taxes for their school taxes. And then as we now know, without a sales tax increase, we're looking at some major increases in our county tax bill coming January.
Yeah, well, that tax increase was a pie in the sky, of course. No, there was no chance of that.
No. It'd be nice if we could reach the day where the county could save money by not having to publish all of those properties that are going up for foreclosure sale.
Yeah. Well, Mike, when I lived here before, there was maybe a quarter of a page of foreclosures. You know, last time I looked, it was almost 3 pages of foreclosures. Total big pages, fine print, millions of houses going for sale, for taxes and for, again, defaults.
Yep. Now, people don't realize that the tax is one of those, it's a big bill. It comes only 3 different times or 2 different times a year, depending on where you live in a village or in the towns. And it's hard for most people to budget for that. Then the bill arrives and they scramble to try to pay it. They find that they can let it go a little while and nobody seems to notice or care. And they're able to then use that money for food, medicine, whatever else they need. And before you know it, you're not only 1 year behind, you're 2 years behind, and now that bill had penalties and interest added to it, and it becomes a cycle that many people at that point can't get out of.
That's correct, and it's murdering the seniors, I might add.